Juan? Do me a favor. Take everybody skating. I forgot my mask. Would you mind?
Yeah, no, of course.
Juan's going to take you skating for a minute while I get my mask.
Hello. It's my forehead. This is the life of Vaughn when my grandpa's filming. Just beatbox and skate on the street, rocks. Oh, that rhymed. I'm so awesome. I'm almost as good as my grandpa at rhyming. Oh my god. Cat. That. Hat. Nap. That doesn't. Oh, no. I messed it up. It's kind of whatever. I don't want to go into the street because I don't want to drop the phone or anything. Let's read some comments. Hi, Bill Crow. Hi, Christopher Lenz. Can I swipe out with my gloves? No, I can't. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. I'm going to casually pass this lady here just walking. Turn. Oh, sorry. She's mad. Vaughn, remember his mask. I try. I really do. But, like, it's just, I don't know. I'm just not used to seeing him without a mask. Wait, no, that came out wrong. I'm still not used to seeing people with a mask. So if I don't see them with a mask, it doesn't register through my head. Hi, Vaughn. Did you have a good time yesterday? Yesterday? What was yesterday? Wait, Michelle Benson. Could you, I forgot. I don't know what you're talking about. Hi, Jay and Vaughn. A good time where? Hi, Jay and Jay Enthusiastis. What's up, Vaughn? Hi, Howard Gloucester. It's so weird being the center of attention. Like, I've been the center of attention, but, like, I don't know why, but it just, like, occurred to me that I'm on several people's phone screens right now. That's sort of weird. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to put you down because it's starting. And I need to clap because then my mom will yell at me. So, yeah. You just, like... There you go. Alright.
Yeah, I got my mask. Yeah. He forgot his mask. Oh, my whistle's getting so profound. You were emasculated. You're correct. But the conga line commerce, show business. Hi, Francois. Mary Jane. Didn't you go with Mom? Michelle Benson. Hey, Jay enthusiast. What's up, on? Bo Leonard, hey, Bowie. Well, look at all the people on here already. It's just such a big bunch. Vaughn remembered his mask. Yes, I leave the house. I'm just busy putting together my song list and wondering what songs I'm going to do in the evening. Yes, right. I guess. You're still going strong. Our house are withering here. No, we don't. We're not going so strong, Bowie. How are you? How are you? Good, good, good. Thank you.
Come on, guys.
There's two people whose names I don't remember, and they were very friendly at first. They liked me because I was a bass player and all that stuff, and I never remember their names, and they're getting pissed that I don't remember their names. I got to get their names. I did them 12 times in a row, and I forget them. Betty and Howard.
Betty and Howard.
I don't know. I don't know what their names are.
Betty and Boward.
Yes, Betty and Boward. Okay. Anyway, I got here for the fun. Yes.
You see that kid over there, right there?
Yes. What about it?
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't want to point because they looked at me. You see that kid in the pink shirt?
I do.
Yeah, he goes to studio school.
Right. He goes to studio school. Well, my whistle pooped out.
Thank you. See?
Hey, one fellas.
Thank you. You're welcome. See you.
I made it. Hey, Beth. Oh, how are you? Good, good. All is well.
She's an assistant to one of the heads of a hedge fund. Are we on
You are. No state secrets, please.
well, I'm just talking about, she was asking me a question about people, I don't want
Yeah, don't talk about anybody. Especially anybody on the list. Let me keep the door open for Vaughn. Had lunch, went over to my Makatenum's house today. Makatenum is a Yiddish word for the in-laws of your son or your daughter, of your children. In this case, Steve and Marilee Obsbaum out in Teaneck, Leonia, not Teaneck. had lunch with. No, that's not it. Oh, that was pretty good. I played the 4 against the 5 and came out in the right place. 1. Of course, I need a conductor to do that correctly. Playing Bernie's tune in 4, connecting it in 5. No, can't do it.
Dad, where's my son?
He's coming up.
All right, did I go?
All righty. I mean, he was inside at the last time I saw him, but he's waiting for the elevator.
Thank you, Father.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. So here we are in the den of iniquity, den of equality. That was a good one. I liked that. That was precious. Tierney Sutton recorded a fabulous vocal of Bernie's tune. Well, let's go find it. Judy Meek Haddad is watching. Douglas Romoff is watching. Jay Wren is on the phone enjoying you. Oh, well, that's Renee Raff. A message from Renee. I see. Clean ours, top the water while you scrub. I know. Oh, jeez. I'm going to have to turn off the phone when I wash my hands so I can use thousands and millions of gallons of water. Well, that's because us New Yorkers, we get so much water here that we're not used to rationing water. And if we don't use it, it just goes back in the Hudson anyway. But wait, give us a few years. Who knows, by the end of the summer, well, we'll be rationing water like crazy. But you're right, that's a California person talking. That's Bo Leonhart up in San Francisco. Or, not San Francisco, in, not Ojai. Bo, let me know where you live. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, how do you feel about the performance for the healthcare workers? I loved it. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you. I thought I did a good job. I thought it was a nice performance. You know, I didn't crap around like I do here. I just really gave them some music because there was about 99% of the audience didn't know who this guy with that big instrument was, whatever that thing was. So I said, well, I'll give them the straight ahead stuff and not be too hilarious. God knows I have a tendency to be hilarious. Doug Romas is watching. Tierney Sutton recorded, oh yes, Judy Meek Haddad was on the phone. Francois, you are under intense scrutiny. Francois, thank you. And the person below you, Tomoko Ono Farnham, is watching my every move. San Anselmo in Marin County. San Anselmo in Marin County. I'm sorry, Bo, but I just don't send you a lot of letters, and as a result, I don't exactly know. San Anselmo in Marin County. Now, John Weber, Howard Gloucester, is also from, I believe, California, San Francisco. What part of Balmer are you from? Staying with someone from Ruxton. Well, Ruxton is in northern Baltimore, very northern Baltimore, and I grew up in what was Govans, which was south of them, and then my father bought a big house on Charles Street, and so we grew up there. Charles Street and Giddings Avenue, which is, this person would know exactly where that is, across from the Elkridge Golf Course. And then later on, we all, when the kids got older, they sold that house and moved to Frederick, Maryland. And Sorry. That's 2 times I've insulted you. John, I said last night that you used a dictionary, or Wyoming dictionary, and you literally with exclamation points blew your top. And now I've accused you of being from California, which I really thought you were. You're from Milwaukee. Gavins, hon. Gavins. Thank you. In Baltimore, we were, I don't think we were from Govins. I don't think was East Lake Avenue Govins? But in Baltimore, they'd say Gavins. And my sister just spelled it. In Baltimore, people go, in the summer, there's a word, I invented a word called Daniation. 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 And that is where people go in the summer. They go Daniation. He lived at Charles and Bologna. Oh, right. Right, that's right at the light. What is his name? Who is this person? Who is this person? Tell me who he is, Doug. He and I, if he's your age, he probably knew Han. Yes, Han. On a payment. If you're from Balmer, you know how to talk. You don't know why people can talk the same way with Hank Holmes. Hank Holmes. Don't know him. But I knew people right there at that corner of Charles and Bologna. There's a big, not nunnery. What do they call places where nuns live? Not a nunnery. It's not like a cannery. Oh, well, it's right there. And there's houses all around there. But this one. Novitiate? Would it be? Would it be a novitiate? Who knows? Let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something I thought you should know. So I will tell you as we settle into place. I can't do it. It's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy. Lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy. Lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what... I can't do it. Lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. Practice, but let me tell you something as we start the show. It's a little something that I thought that you should know. So I will tell you as we settle into place. It's impossible to sing and play the bass. You're a lovely group of people, you deserve the courtesy of knowing what you can expect of me. I have practiced, but it will not mean a thing. Just, it's impossible to play the bass and sing. You see, the bass is fretless, it's not like a guitar. On bass you spend your whole life wondering where the hell you are. It's got no little markers, just a fingerboard so bare, and lots of notes which often are not there. Do, 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 are not there. Do, 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 are not there. Do, 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 are not there. Do, 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 do. Then when you start singing, you've got lyrics on your mind, and the notes are big. Some bass become impossible to find. To remember lyrics, melodies, bass lines, and chords is no less a miracle than Lord. So as I make 1,000 errors, sit there and be kind. Do not throw tomatoes at me, keep this all in mind. Remember, this is serious. Remember, this is art. Remember, atoms, time, and space. Yes, she made the rules for molecules. Atoms, time, and space. Yes, made the rules for molecules. Atoms, time, and space. She made the rules for molecules, and she knows it's impossible. Boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, bam, boom, bam, 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 bedroom, bedroom, bedroom. And she knows it's impossible to sing and play the bass. Sing and play the bass. Whoa, 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 whoa. Play the bass. Do, 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 dee dee doo dee, dee dee doo dee dee, dee dee doo doo dee dee doo dee dee doo dee doo. Do do da da dee da 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 da. I'll get that. I'll learn it. Da da da. Where I don't know where the melody goes. Hey, I just did this one this afternoon on Beth Ertz's show, so it's hot in my mind. Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. His skin was pale, his eye was eye. He shaved the faces of gentlemen who never thereafter were heard of again. He trod a path that few have trod, did Sweeney Todd. The demon barber of Fleet Street. He kept a shop in London town, of fancy clients and of good renown. So what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved. By Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet. Swing your razor high, Sweeney, swing it to the sky. Freely flows the blood of those who moralize. Swing your razor high, Sweeney, hold it to the sky. Freely flows the blood of those who moralize. His needs were few, his room was bare, a lavabo and a fancy chair, a mug of suds and a leather strap, an apron, a towel, and a pail, and a mop. For neatness he deserves a nod. Does Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street, Fleet Street, Fleet Street, Fleet Street, Swing your razor high, Sweeney, hold That song is a mouthful. Now, why didn't that song, The Ballad of Sweeney Todd, appear in the movie? Which it didn't. It did not. Why did they keep that out? I saw the movie. We all saw the movie. I did not see I saw versions of the Spade Show, and we used to play the record when Vaughn was very young. When Vaughn was about, maybe that's what happened to him. When he was about 3, we used to play. He loved The Ballad of Sweeney Todd. He would play it all the time. And when the big whistle goes off in the beginning, whoop, as they're going. Something, that part. I used to get fun. He used to get love it. He couldn't wait for it. Anybody know why that song did not appear in the movie? I must know. Joy, Francois Zalakine. Sunnyside Productions, Sunnyside Communications production of this group with Tomoko Ono. There's Tomoko, there's me, and there's Vito. Here's a cute little picture of us on the back too. Now, what are we doing? They're looking a little. Oh, look at me! Look how serious I am on the back. I didn't notice that. Very serious. Available at all Sam Goodies. At your local record shop. Just go in and ask them if you can play a couple cuts of it, and if you like it, they'll buy it. Isn't that that's how it works? I guess well, that's what they do online. They let you hear a little bit of each number, just enough to tempt you, and then that's the end of it. Tomoko on the phone, I'm thinking, a little priest and a family of trees. And a nice family of trees. Hold your paintbrush high, Sweeney. Hold it to the sky. Paint some trees and bushes and then go home. Happy. Yes. For those of you who don't know, I'm really a combination of Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross. Although Bob Ross is it's better. It's a little easier to parody him because Mr. Rogers I just respect too much that I can't begin to. I think we all do. Did anybody ever hear that speech? Most of us have probably, that he gave before Congress when he was trying to get PBS funded. And boy, if you ever want to hear an incredible speech. Hear what not Bob Rogers, Mr. Rogers, Tom Rogers, Pete Rogers, Bob Rogers, Maury Rogers. I can't remember his first name. Phil Rogers, no. What was his name? Anyway, he gave a speech in Congress and tried to get more money. And by the end of his speech, the chairman of the Congress just said, "Well, now, what are you going to do with this money, Mr. Rogers?" In other words, he just gave it to him so strong that nobody could resist. It was beautiful. Did you run out of blank T-shirts? Oh no, I'm just the festive today. Actually, what happened is I played Beth Ertz's live show today. Her show, which she mentioned last night, it's on 4:00 on Sundays. You got to see Beth Ertz. She's a good friend of mine, and Fred Rogers. Fred, thank you, Doug. Doug, is there anything you don't know? Fred Rogers, of course. Dressed up, yeah. Well, and so I, rather than go back to my T-shirt, I took this little golf shirt of mine and kept it on. And seeing as I don't play golf anymore, or tennis, or whatever this is anymore, I do have a trophy from my golf days. I do have a bunch of trophies from my golf days. And I'm not bringing them down because you know who will get pissed? Somebody won't be happy if I do that. If I happen to bring any other trophies down but this one, somebody will get mad at me. What's going on? Is there another trophy in your life? No. Are you sure? Yes. All right. My ventriloquism is phenomenal. I should just. Who was the best ventriloquist of all? Edgar Bergen was good. Mortimer Snerd, I remember that from last name. Edgar Bergen was good. Oh, there was a couple of people who were really great. Edgar Bergen. I had nothing on you, thank you, Stephen. I know. What train? That's woo! Ding 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 ding. Oh, there goes my past. That's what Joe Puma, when asked where he's living, he said, these days, he said, mostly in the past. And that's me. Not really. Tim Burton says he didn't want to break up dialogue with songs at times. Yeah, but that was at the beginning of the show. Isn't that the opening of the song? Opening of the show? Why would he leave out that song? I think that's amazing. Tim Burton said he didn't want to break up dialogue with songs at times. Yeah, but I thought that in the record, that was the first. I didn't see the. I don't remember the show. I remember the show. I just remember what the order of the songs was. But I thought it would open it up as they were showing London. You know, the tale is. Oh, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Neither do I. Okay. Gerald Grable, any chance? Did you know pianist Tom Garvin? He went to Peabody and played the joints on the block. Ah. Tom was based in L.A. and a good friend. By the way, folks, you know I went to Peabody. I went to Peabody Music School in Balmer. I went there for 2.5 years. I was too young to appreciate it. I was six. Yeah, because my mother sent me downtown on the bus by myself. And she was, Senior Wenceslas and the guy in the box were pretty good. Yes, you're right. The ballad with the opening credits, it's in it. Are you sure? Doug, are you sure the ballad Sweeney Todd is in the beginning of that movie? I thought I didn't hear it at all. I thought I didn't. I was waiting for it and never heard it. I don't think it's in the opening credits. The ventriloquist on Soap was great. Oh, right. I don't remember what his name was. And Sherry Lewis was also very good. Sherry Lewis. But you know who's a really good ventriloquist, I hate to tell you, is my sister, Valerie. Valerie, are you there tonight? You going to stand up for yourself? Paul Winchell. Yes. Paul Winchell. Very nice, Al. Very nice. But my sister, Valerie, Bo is great on her own right. Valerie is a really, really accomplished ventriloquist. She's not a puppeteer. She's a ventriloquist. And she's terrific. I mean, my God, she can do this. There's a voice off the thing and not move the mouth. Like me. I can do that. Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. See? Ooh. 1992? 1997. Oh, sorry. 1997. I mean, I guess Valerie got it from me. Willie, Tyler, and Lester. Yeah. Leave it to John Weber. John Reagan. Where did it? Michelle Benson. Fred. Fred who? Fred who? Fred. A message called Fred. I have to think about that. Fred. Now here's a little song I wrote that gets too much neglect. I think I'll turn the lights down. Don't need all that. acronym and wondered what it meant. This is a true story. ASAP, ASAP, I never really got it. No matter how much time I spent. Then recently it dawned on me, it came to me out of the blue, as if riding on a breeze. ASAP, ASAP, as slowly as possible. As slowly as possible, please. ASAP means that no one's in a hurry. So take your time, procrastinate and stall. Get back to us when the Spirit moves you. If the Spirit ever moves you at all. ASAP, as slowly as possible. Do not worry, do not fuss. Get back to us when you really have the time. And any time will be just fine with us. Send that money to us as slowly as possible. Do not fret your pretty little head. Send that money to us when it really is convenient. Or better yet, wait until you're dead. ASAP, ASAP, as slowly as possible. Do not fill yourself with stress and strife. ASAP, ASAP, just take it easy. Just relax and have a real nice life. Okay, I gotta work on the melody. But it's a good little song. I gotta work on it. But that's not what I'm doing these days. I'm not working on melodies these days. It's too bad. Okay, so I did Sweeney Todd by Stephen Sondheim. Now taking it backwards, we'll do something else Stephen Sondheim wrote. Well, here's something he wrote with Leonard Bernstein. Oh, really? Did he write with Leonard Bernstein? Yes. Yes, he did. He wrote a lot of songs with Leonard Bernstein. Stay cool, boy. I got a rocket in your pocket. Stay cool, be cool, boy. Don't get hot because you've got some hard times ahead. Take it slow, and daddy, oh. Take it slow, and daddy, oh. You can live it up and die in bed. Stay loose, boy. Breeze it, buzz it, easy does it. Turn the juice, boy. Go, man, go, but not like a yo-yo school boy. Play it cool, boy. That's not so bad. Take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. Take it slow. Oh, yeah. Do da do da da. Oh, why not? I've lost out. Do da do. I gotta listen to it again. Do da do. Go man go. Do da do. I think that's right. That's it. Very interesting. Leonard Bernstein could write. Did anybody see Leonard Bernstein on the TED? No, not Leonard Bernstein, but an Israeli composer talking about composers and how they're on TED Talks. You want to see the one, you want to see this one. It's by an Israeli composer. His name starts with a T. It's not hard to find because it talks about Israeli composer Leonard Bernstein. And he talks, it's really a great, about a 20-minute segment, something like that. He talks about all these composers and how the way they compose relates to how the orchestras would react to them. And it's very, very interesting. And then at the very end, he shows Leonard Bernstein conducting somebody's orchestra someplace. And I'm not going to tell you what happens because I don't want to give it away, but go to TED Talks and look for this. If you give me a second, hold on for a second. Open up my little computer. TED Talks, Leonard Bernstein, Leona, Bernstein. TED Talks, Leonard Bernstein. See what comes up. It's really worth it. It's really worth it. TED Talks, Daily on Pandora. TED Talks, Bernstein. Ted Louis Bernstein. Daughter explains that the best of Leonard Bernstein, Bernstein Estates, complex life of Leonard Bernstein. Well, we all know about that. Oh, what was his name? Anyway, I'm looking at all this stuff. Look at all this. TED Talks, Bernstein, Leonard Bernstein's daughter, Elizabeth Bernstein, best of Bernstein on screen. Bernstein, it's really worth it. Trust me, you'll love it. You'll thank me. You'll thank me for showing it to you, for mentioning it to you. It made me cry when I saw the last part, when I saw Leonard Bernstein conducting. And not because my lucky little run-in with him, but more just because the way he was. The way he was. No, I'm not going to do me and yes, I am. Hell yes. I have to do it now. But first, let me see. Israeli composer. Let me just look at this. Let me try one more time. Israeli conductor. TED Talks. That'll do it. Wait to hear this one. Israeli conductor. Israeli conductor. I'm going to get that in a minute. TED Talks. Bip. Come on, come up with it, baby. Itay Talgum. There it is. Itay Talgum. ITAYTALGAM speaker. You know, if I were smart, I would just put the whole damn thing on and After a decade-long conducting career in his native Israel, Itay Talgum has reinvented himself as a conductor of people in government, academia, business, education. He is the author of The Ignorant Maestro. And it is such a beautiful talk. Just a second. Lead like the great conductors.
the magical moment of conducting, which is you go onto a stage, there's an orchestra sitting, they're all, you know, warming up and doing stuff.
All right, I won't do that anymore, but that's the one. Please see it. I think you'll love it. Hey, Diane Mitchell, how are you? I'm doing this, an advertisement for TED Talks. Ite Talgum. But I was talking about Leonard Bernstein, so now I feel obligated to at least honor my own personal memory of him, which is take my seat aboard the plane, and what is this I see? Leonard Bernstein comes aboard and sits right next to me. First class New York to LA, some things just work out right. I'll be sitting next to Leonard Bernstein this whole flight. Maybe I should just act like I do not recognize him. Be real cool and do my best not to antagonize him. Now we're rolling down the runway, next stop is LA. I'm nonchalant like I ride next to Lenny every day. Naturally I turn to him against my own advice. Introduce myself and find that Lenny's very nice. Soon we start to chat and drink and talk about our lives. We talk about our children and our wives. What a lovely fellow, what a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to L.A. Soon we're chatting, drinking, talking like the very best of pals. Talking music, life, and art, death, and root canals. Now he's interrupting me, but really that's okay. That's okay. Because he's a lovely fellow, and he's got a lot to say. I recite some songs I wrote, he recites them back. For poetry and music, he seems to have a knack. He tells me that his new show closed and now he's feeling beat, and he's not used to dealing with defeat. But what a lovely fellow, what a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to L.A. I don't know where I am in this song. He does the London Times crossword, 10 minutes and he's through. Does the puzzle with his pen, I do not have a clue. What an intellectual but a warm and friendly guy. We talk about the world below as we sail through the sky. Finally I feel the airplane starting to descend, and I know this lovely day is coming to an end. Put our trays and seat backs up just like you're supposed to do. Land, bid my friend a fond adieu. But what a lovely fellow, what a lucky day. Me and Lenny side by side, New York to L.A. What a lovely fellow, though really, I must say, I've not heard from Lenny since I left him in L.A. Not a blessed word from Lenny since I left him in L.A. In L.A. In L.A. In L.A. Hear the pretty music, see the people dancing. It's Louis Bellson's band up on the stage. Music great for dancing, singing and romancing, but tonight the foxtrot is the rage. Suddenly a grouchy man with silver hair comes to the stand and fires off a warning cannon. He says he's a big contributor to this affair and he wants us to play like Lester Lannon. And this guy don't know from Louis Bellson, and he could care less. And he proceeds to make this solemn vow. He knows what we're being paid, and all of it will be mislaid unless we play some Lester Lannon now. Play some Lester Lannon now. Ooh, getting it high, that song. At these kind of dances, the people take no chances. It's Lester Lannon music all the way. They don't think it's funny when they've paid a lot of money to have to swing when they would rather sway. You see, Lester Lannon's music is country clubs, yellow pants, ties with ducks, and loafers with no socks. Louis Bellson's music is for jazz freaks, bums, and beatniks. Louis Bellson's music is the pox. Lester Lannon's music is Oldsmobiles, riding lessons, strings of pearls, patent leather pumps. Louis Bellson's music is chewing gum and Seagram 7. The kind of music that you find in dumps, you find in dumps. Play some real dance music, screams the man with silver hair. He is so bugged that he could snap. He says, I don't care who, I don't care how, you better play my music now because I cannot dance a foxtrot to this crap. He walks away, returns, he smolders, he burns, he finally says, hey, listen to me, Bellson. Heads are gonna roll round here unless you play my music. Better understand me well, son. Well, Louis nods and then proceeds to play a long drum solo, loud and long, just like he was deranged. I guess he figured if the man had paid to be unhappy, he should not be shortchanged. He should not be shortchanged. Well, the guy comes back. Louis stops him in his track. Louis says, hey, listen to me, well, son. Louis says, I'm sorry you are so upset. It fills me up with deep regret. I'm sorry you're so discontent about the money you have spent. I'm sorry you blew all your loot. But listen to me, you old coot. Tonight you're gonna dance to Louis Bellson. That's Louiebell, son. Tonight you're gonna dance to Louis. Boom, 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 boom. Bellson. What else have we got here? And now a lovely little ballad. All over this fine nation, one food is catching on. People eat it night and day, and at the break of dawn. It is not turkey, pheasant, chicken, steak, or stork. It's God's gift to mankind, rich and fatty pork. Pork, the perfect substitute for milk and fruit and grains. Get some good old pork fat surging through your veins. From Maine to Albuquerque, from LA to New York, the world is getting down, pigging out on pork. Pigging out on pork. Pigging out on pork. People want their fiber, but we know what is best. Meat from little piggies takes forever to digest. Don't let doctors scare you with tales of cholesterol. Have yourself some greasy pork. Have yourself a ball. Pork is good for kings and queens. It's good for you and me. So roll some little pork balls up and dunk them in your tea. From Maine to Albuquerque, from LA to New York. Ooh, the world is getting down, pigging out on pork. fun. So gobble up some greasy pork beneath the noonday sun. Pork goes good with anything, any time of day. Why, cookies made of pork fat will help the kiddies play. Chicken, steak, and stork are fine. Why? No, wait, I'm sorry. Chicken, steak, and stork are fine, but we need so much more. Why don't you just find out how much pork fat you can store? From Maine to Albuquerque, from LA to New York, from Stalingrad to Leningrad, from Wales to County Cork, from Churchill Downs to Chinatown, with chopsticks or a fork. Whoa, the world is getting down. Ooh, and pigging out on pork. Pigging out on pork. Pigging out on pork. Here comes a fade. Fade. Pigging out on pork. A ballad. A lovely little ballad. Now you see what doing my songs every night is driving me to? Oh, I forgot the 10-song medley, and it's 7:55 already. And I've had a long day. I had lunch, a beautiful lunch, mind you, don't get me wrong. Went out and had a social distancing lunch with my son Michael and his family, the Obsbounds, and Milo, my other grandson, who you haven't even experienced yet. He's 1 year younger than Vaughn, and he's an absolutely wonderful boy. Of course, he's my grandson. What else could he be? And we had lunch with him today, socially distanced on the front lawn. It was fun, actually. It was such a good change for us. Oh my God! And I don't know what. Why I don't want to go on. And then I had the whole Beth Ertz show this afternoon. It took a lot of time and thinking and planning, and it was a beautiful show. Beth Ertz live Sundays 4 p.m. on YouTube. And it's a very, very interesting show. She's very good. I sang on it, and she has very, very good people. Yes, pork. Don't let me bore you. Howard, ouch. Marla. Thank you, Marla. I didn't want to say it, Marla. I didn't want to, but I think he's getting tired of me. Christopher Lentz. 20 words. All right. Fine. 20-word song tomorrow, except it'll... Thank you, Nick Nahum. I appreciate that. I finally found it. Oh, what a nice bunch. You guys are wonderful. Maria Nella is watching. Marla Lewis. All these wonderful. Karen Levine. Hi, Karen. Diane Mitchell. Well, Diane, what are you going to do? Gee, I saw a beautiful picture of Red with... a bunch of other bass players. I don't have one picture of him with me. I don't have what? And there were none taken. So that's just the way it goes. I think that's going to do it for this evening. I'm going to, I've had a long day. I'm ready to take my little nappy, have my dinner, lay down, and I will see you tomorrow, energized, ready to go. 3,644,000 views of Ite Talgum. I would like to make it about 10 more tonight. Matter of fact, I'm going to watch it myself once we go, just for the good. Forget my word, bless you. Who's saying all these wonderful things? Oh, bless you. Bill Crow is still watching. Beth Ertz. Beth Ertz and Friends, every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Beth Ertz and Friends, every other Sunday at 4 p.m. This is such a fun show. Thank you. And Jay fans, yeah, it is fun. I enjoy it myself. Good night, good night, good night, good dinner, good everything. Good night and good music for everybody. Au revoir. Good night.